Namaste and welcome everyone to Eating M&D India meeting. Today is 4th November 2023 and we have a meeting on Satya Madam's life journey as well as gut healing. आप सभी का हीलिंग M&D इंडिया की आज की मीटिंग में स्वागत है। आज 4 नवंबर 2023 आज हम सत्या मैडम के जीवन की जर्नी के बारे में जानेंगे और गट हीलिंग के बारे में भी जानेंगे। अगर आपको हीलिंग एमएनडी इंडिया से जुड़ना है तो व्हाट्सएप नंबर पे अपना डिटेल भेजिए या ईमेल आईडी पे अपना डिटेल आप ईमेल कर सकते हो। इफ यू वांट टू कनेक्ट विद हीलिंग एमएनडी इंडिया प्लीज सेंड ऑल योर डिटेल्स ऑन द व्हाट्सएप नंबर और सेंड योर डिटेल्स and send an email on the email ID. I need to go through the disclaimer. अब ये हिंदी में डिस्क्लेमर है, पॉज करके पढ़ सकता हूँ। No animals were harmed in the making of this video. No aliens as well as humans were harmed in the making of this video. No plants, trees, forests, rivers, lakes, oceans, planets were also harmed. ये हमारे डॉक्टर मंजूनाथ का ये फेवरेट है मैम, वो बेंगलोर से। नाउ आप सभी को बताना चाहता हूँ हीलिंग एमएनडी इंडिया के बारे में। वी आर इनटू इम्प्रूविंग हम लोगों का बैच और गैस उनका लाइफ और क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ इम्प्रूव और एनहांस करने में बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं। हम रिसर्च कर रहे हैं ट्रीटमेंट एंड सॉल्यूशंस के बारे में। वी आर ऑल्सो हम रिसर्च कर रहे हैं ऑल्टरनेटिव थेरेपीज के बारे में। हम हमारे सदस्यों को कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव पॉकेट फ्रेंडली सॉल्यूशंस ऑफर कर रहे हैं। हम गेस्ट स्पीकर्स एंड स्पेशलिस्ट को इनवाइट कर रहे हैं, जैसे हम आज हमने सत्या मैडम को इनवाइट किया है। उन्होंने हमारे लिए टाइम निकाला, उनका बहुत बहुत आभारी है। वी आर ऑल्सो liaising with the government authorities for all the benefits that we can take with our disease. We are trying holistic healing and alternative therapy. फाइनली हैप्पी थेरेपी आप सभी को पता है, मैं एवरीडे शेयर करता हूँ। आप सभी को बताना चाहता हूँ एमएनडी मतलब एमएनडी का मतलब है मोटर न्यूरॉन डिजीज। एमएनडी स्टैंड्स फॉर मोटर न्यूरॉन डिजीज, बट हमारे लिए एमएनडी स्टैंड्स फॉर मैं नहीं डरता। आई एम नॉट अफ्रेड, माइंड नेवर डाइज। हमारा दिमाग कभी मरता नहीं है। और फाइनली एमएनडी स्टैंड्स फॉर म्यूजिक एंड डांस। तो आप सभी को स्वागत है हमारी जर्नी में। थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग टू मी एंड हैविंग पेशेंस। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अभी मैं सत्या मैडम का बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। सत्या मैडम ने हमारे लिए टाइम निकाला और हमारे ग्रुप के लिए ये हम वो हमें अपना लाइफ के स्टोरी के बारे में बताएंगे। तो मैं हाथ जोड़ के सत्या मैडम का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। Satya madam, I thank you on behalf of Healing MND India and all my participants and all my coach, all my pals and gals that you have taken time out for all of us. You have created a great presentation. आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Now, ma'am, the stage is yours. You can carry on.
Okay. So, Pinakin sir, thank you so much. I mean, I feel it's a great opportunity for me to present myself and help the community, in fact. क्योंकि मुझे भी पता है कि मतलब since I have gone through a lot of health issues, मुझे भी पता है कि हेल्थ इश्यूज पे जब आप अकेले रहते हो तो उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट होती है, और जब आप एक कम्युनिटी के साथ रहते हो तो उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है. This community, I feel it makes the people feel less lonely. I think ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि लोग बीमार से ज्यादा लोनलीनेस से और डिप्रेशन से मरते हैं. When I was researching about MND and उसका लाइफ स्पैन क्या होती है, क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, ये वो वगैरह वगैरह. So people, I feel that people die very soon because of loneliness and lack of love, especially, and depression more than the disease. ये बहुत ज्यादा अफेक्ट करता है लोगों को. And I feel that this and what you have initiated, I mean, the community, the organization, helping people, and providing as many services as possible, organizing such meetings where people are very much inspired. I think this gives a very, very big impact on people's lives. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much. I thank all the members in the room for giving me this opportunity. I feel really, really blessed to help you guys, बिकॉज मुझे भी फिलांथ्रोपी और लोगों को हेल्प करने में मुझे उसमें बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट है. आई एक्चुअली इवन वांटेड टू ऑप्ट फॉर यूपीएससी एग्जाम. बिकॉज ऑफ वट एवर रीजन आई क्विट यूपीएससी. तो I feel like my destiny has carved another way to help people. So thank you so much, and I will be sharing my screen. So I will try my best to share my health journey, my stories, and inspire you as much as possible. And let's also discuss, since I'm a gut health coach, let's also discuss few things regarding gut health. Okay. So thank you so much, and I will share my screen. Okay. So I welcome you all to the power of healing, where you learn, implement, and grow. Heal your gut to heal your body. क्योंकि how can healing gut can heal your body? Let's please stay till the end to explore the things, and let's understand. Okay. So about me, first I would like to introduce myself. I'm Satya Jagdish. I'm a gut health expert. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm an author. I have written a novel, and I'm a chef. I just love cooking, and kitchen is not a kitchen for me. It's a laboratory for me. Okay. So I would be sharing my journey in exploring the wellness tour, and me how did health industry how did I enter health industry. So basically, I would like to let's go back to a few years, and my childhood years were. During my childhood years, I was born to a lower middle class family to my parents, and my parents were farmers. खेती करते थे. ठीक है. तो उसके बाद मैं एक गांव में पैदा हुई और गांव में ही बड़ी हुई. आई वॉज क्वाइट प्राइड. सो मेरी चाचा जी तो जो थे, माई अंकल, ही टुक मी टू बैंगलोर, and he decided to provide all the educational requirements that I had required. Okay. So then when I moved to Bangalore, that's when the struggles regarding my health started. Because what is the pollution in metropolitan cities with air pollution, water pollution, the vegetables that are there, all with so many pesticides, so many chemicals, so many coating agents that actually ruin your health more than nurturing your health. Okay, so in that way, surviving in that polluted city was a big challenge for me. Almost I took around 1 to 1.5 years for me to adjust to that environment actually. ओके, सो बहुत मुश्किल था, बहुत ही मुझे अभी भी याद है कि जब मैं स्कूल जाती थी और स्कूल जाने के बाद around within half an hour or 1 hour I used to feel exhausted, I used to feel lot of tiredness. and जब घर आती थी, तब जब तक मैं घर आ जाऊँ तब तक मुझे वो टायर्डनेस बहुत ज्यादा फील होती थी. And then in the evening, after getting home in the evening, I used to be fine. Till then, even my school used to be at a very in a kind of a marketplace where there was not even a single tree, you know. It was a very buzzy kind of environment, very buzzy kind of streets, very busy streets with all the street vendors and shop vendors and retail with the retail shops and extra. Okay, so survival in that polluted city was a big challenge for me because I was grown up. I was born and grown up in a small village where it was full of greenery. We had our own farm, and whatever I ate directly came from my farm or others' farms. And then shifting towards a polluted city where everything is polluted, even including water is polluted, including air, everything is polluted. So it gave me a very big challenge actually. So that's when I started hating food. Food became my enemy because I used to hate everything that was cooked because it wasn't tasty, first of all. And second thing is, there was I didn't feel like I somewhere lost the connection between me and my body. So and along with that, moving towards I came from Kannada medium. I studied in a Kannada medium, and when I shifted to a English medium school, that's where I was cornered. I was pinpointed. There was no friends for me. I was literally treated like one alien. So that's when I slowly tapped into anxiety, depression, and there was a lot of loneliness. I was just quite lonely all the time. I had absolutely no friends for almost 2 years in my school days. Just imagine, getting up, getting ready to school. And my uncle, auntie were also very strict with me. So parents से मैं बहुत दूर थी, बहुत मतलब बहुत दूर थी. और उसके बाद just going to school, spending time sitting in some corner of the bench or some corner of a classroom, just spending time. I was not able to understand anything, and then coming back, and that's all my day was for almost 2 years. you know Not knowing English was even more a bigger challenge, which gave advantage for my classmates to corner me and eve tease me. I was bullied a lot. Okay. And later on I started making few friends a lot of difficulty. That I mean, the leftover students who had no friends became my friends. Okay, that became a very bad circle for me, where I tapped more and more into anxiety and depression. And of course, I was very much away from my parents. So, and as I told you, I was also cut off from my body, and slowly, I started cutting off from my heart and mind. So I finished my 10th standard. So this is me. I was installing rice mini plants in my farm, and these are the people. These are the ladies who came to our farm to work. Okay, so years passed on. I cleared my 10th standard with a great percentage, and I was quite a bright student. And I chose PCMB. I mean, I chose science to go further because science interested me a lot. So, and then uh, during my first UC, I actually lost my elder brother. He had, when he was born, his two bones were absent in his neck, on his neck. Okay, I mean, of the two bones of the spinal cord were absent, and that spinal cord didn't get into the body properly, and it didn't get spread. The nerves didn't get spread. So that's where, he went through a major operation in a Mangalore hospital. But after 2 months of his operation, he got expired, and that was the number one and first setback in my life. That's where that was the point where first time in my entire life I got into depression. It was very, 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 very bad situation. And I in PUC I was moved to hostel. So that hostel was also very away from the urban Bangalore, and always my parents or my uncles or my some guardians had to require me. My guardians were required to help me with the transportation. Okay, so I almost became like a bookworm, not knowing what to do and how to deal with such a big setback in my life. I mean, losing your family member, like my elder brother, was I can't speak much about it. So yeah. So escaping this emotional trauma, I got into books, just studying, because I felt I was the only child for my parents, and all that I could help my parents was study well and go further in life. That's all. That's all the way. That was the only way left for me to make my parents happy. So, and also along with that, along with becoming a bookworm, I lost interest in life. Okay, I became overweight. My cheeks, my body, like very much getting blown away too much. Okay, and uh, I started feeling a lot of hatred for myself. Okay, so and later on I was just cut off from my body, from my heart and mind, because that was the only reason, that was the only thing that was really, really torturing me a lot. So I got disconnected with people also, because in my village people were started advising my parents that instead of adopting a child or getting so much disappointed, please get your daughter married, and whatever, if she gives a birth to a boy, then please grow that boy. So that was also very much affecting my mind, because my parents were thinking of adopting a child, a male child. So in that way, I just got very much disconnected with with people. I then later I became a college topper. Also, I was very, very bright in studies, and from moving from being a college topper to failing in NEET exam. I planned for MBBS, and that was the first time I failed in my studies. Since then, I was always a topper, either a class topper or a college topper or a school topper. But first time I failed in NEET. When my I topped my college in my second PUC exams, but failed in NEET. Okay, that was my first failures. So, and this was the time when I got um, how to put it in words. I was disconnecting from people. I was just running away from people, because people, the way I was a quite introvert, I was a very silent girl, and people just throwing their opinions at me, advising me so many idiotic things to get me married, and whatever child I give birth to, especially if it is a boy, then my parents will take care of that, grow that boy child. All this listening, all these advices, I disconnected with people more and more and more. And along with this, I got the more I got disconnected with people, the more I got connected with pets. My home had In my home, we always had cats, dogs, growing pets were always there at home. That's when I got very much deeply connected with pets. Even sharing, it was, that connection was so much that I never used to have my food with my lunch or dinner with my parents. I used to have it with a cat. I used to sit and have my food, and I used to give little bit of food uh, to the cat next sitting next to me. I used to just put it on the floor and it used to have. So I even started having having food with my pets. That was the great. I mean, not in the same plate. Okay, so that our connection grew so much. Okay, so battling with failures, I took after failing in NEET, my uncle decided that okay, let us take 1 more year break because he was funding my education, he was taking care of me, he was taking all my responsibilities, maybe chacha ji or chachi ji. So he also gave me an option कि तुम एक year का 1 साल का break ले लो and study for NEET and let's go further. And he joined me in in another coaching institute for NEET. So that's where that was the time where there were cycles of depression, anxiety, loneliness were just revolving around me. I was still disconnected with the world, disconnected with people. So I started living in PG for almost a year. That's when my health got even more ruined. Okay, I went into extreme depression because of poor food. Okay, I stopped actually literally having food. The food in the PG was so bad that you know weekly twice in a week or thrice in a week I used to have my breakfast, little bit of rice and sambar because I used to take rice and sambar, half I used to eat and half I used to throw it. It was that worse. Including dinner also. I used to have these small my hand size of chapatis, two chapatis, and that's all. I never had anything else. I used to eat a lot of biscuits then because of because I always faced with food cravings. So I became more and more undernourished. With that, I lost a lot of weight. You can see me here. I started having pimples. My mental health issues went at peaks, and my daily routine was I used to sleep for around 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and then get up somewhere 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning. Just get up and go to coaching center and come back. Okay, and let me tell you, being very honest, I used to take a bath twice in a week. It was that bad. I was taking care of myself in that badly. I was so much disconnected with myself. I just hated the way I looked. I just hated my life. I just hated people around me. I just hated everybody around me, and I had no friends also. So later, I was again. I failed in NEET again. Second time also I failed. So the broken knee, you can see my picture here. How like very skinny with a lot of pimples, undernourished. My eyes gone little bit inside. Okay, so I had a lot of weight loss. Anxiety was at peaks. Completely, I was literally even feeling suicidal. I was not at all interested in life, and I didn't know why am I living. You know, completely cut off physically and mentally, and stuck in failures, not knowing how to deal with failures because it was a second failure in it, and I couldn't deal with myself. I was also stuck in various personal life problems which I cannot disclose, and my literally my heart and my mind was bleeding a lot because of the directionless life, the loneliness, the disconnect from myself and disconnected with the world. Okay, and later I recovered when the lockdown came. So my story of recovering from that extreme depression and then moving on to to moving on and to figuring out life, to figuring out my health. So I would like to share that journey too. So my transformative years were brought by lockdown. Lockdown was almost like a curse on so many lives, but when it comes to me, it was a great, great, great blessing. So in lockdown, what happened was I was back to my village, and of course, I was just locked up in my room, always locked up in my room. I started watching a lot of podcasts and interviews of various people who had like Lakshmi Agarwal, like acid attack survivors, like rape survivors, domestic violence survivors. Watching Savdhan India, watching Satya Jagdish, all these shows, and watching a lot of interviews of people who have struggled a lot in life and then they have achieved something in life. Okay, so this is what gave me strength. And there is another person called RGV. He's a Tollywood and Bollywood film director, Ram Gopal Verma. I started even watching his interviews, where his interviews and his philosophy called Ramoism gave a thought-provoking, and it used to just hit my mind with a hammer and open it. I started learning so many things about life. I started learning so many things about marriage, about childhood, about parenting, about so many aspects of life, every and each and every aspects of life. So that's where my mind got open first. Since then, I was just a bookworm with closed mind, not having friends, not enjoying life, not at all interested in life. I started recovering from my depression. I started recovering from my loneliness only when I saw his interviews. His interviews built a great foundation for my future. And also, I can make one statement that if I had not watched RGV's interviews, I don't think I would have recovered, or I don't know how many years I would have taken to completely recover. Okay, so then one more thing that happened in lockdown was I was very much bored with uh, very much bored with whatever food my mom prepared. It was just ragi balls, rice, sambar, and dosa with chapatis. Dosa and chapatis. That's all. No other varieties she made. And when I was living in hostel, they used to prepare a lot of varieties of food, but I used to just taste it and leave it. I didn't like to have it. I was so since then one day, somehow I got frustrated in the afternoon. It was almost like 3 p.m. and I was damn hungry. Though I eat very, very little, I was damn hungry. So what I did was I just went in YouTube. I searched for some recipes, and whatever was available in the kitchen and in fridge, I started preparing a meal, and it came out to be a fabulous meal. Okay, so I prepared a roti with cooked rice, and I made tomato chutney with a lot of vegetables in that masala roti. So that's when I explored the cook in myself. That's when I explored the chef in myself. So that was the first time. Lockdown was the first time when I started loving food. All the years, and almost like 10 to 12 years, I just hated food, and in lockdown I connected back with the food. Okay, so food got transferred from being my enemy to being my love. Okay, so in that way, I started preparing a lots of dishes for myself, and I saw the transformation. I used to feel numb, I used to feel dumb, not mentally active. But when I started preparing nutritious food, making myself and cooking myself and having it, that's when I saw the changes in myself. Changes in my energy levels, changes in my mood, especially changes in my uh, changes in my activity, changes in my interests in various aspects of life. That's when I realized how much the food we eat or our gut health impacts our mental health. Okay, so when I discovered this connection between my mental health and food, that's when gut health became more and more interesting. I started researching a lot, and that's when I came in touch with my mentor, whose name is Akash Sherawat, who is a holistic nutrition coach and lifestyle coach, and also he's a fitness coach. So I came to know about his fabulous body academy in California. So that's when I applied for taking up the course of gut health, for diploma in gut health, and that's when I got the entry, and I did all the course. I attended online, and I completed my diploma in gut health. So all the teachings that I got, I started implementing in my life. I started doing intermittent fasting, which actually, my health was this, almost like negative. From when I completed this and I implemented whatever I learned in the course, from negative to zero to it just, my health got transformed like this in an exponential way. So that's when my body started recovering, my gut started recovering, my mental health started recovering. All these days, I have spent even thousands and thousands of rupees for my mental health counseling. I had paid for the psychiatrists and mental health counselors, but nobody told me the connection of your food and for you and your gut with your mental health. Nobody told me that. This is what I just discovered it myself in lockdown. And that's when this became more and more fascinating for me, since it actually transformed me as a person. Okay, so finally, I received my diploma in gut health, and it was certified by Fabulous Body Academy, California, in United States, and authorized signatory. I mean, my mentor Akash Rawat sir. So this is when I actually found little purpose in my life. I was going through my graduation, and almost completing my graduation and thinking of post graduation, but something stuck in my life when my friends were very much busy in uh, thinking of placements or going to PG or doing an MBA or giving competitive exams like CAT or CA or any other UPSC, etc. Somehow, I couldn't I couldn't choose those paths. Somehow I felt like when this gut health, there are when it comes to mental health, there are so many people who can there are so many mental health counselors, although very very less. There are still some psychiatrists, some mental health counselors in India, a very small percentage though. There are still there are some platforms who help which help giving mental health counseling for depressed people, or anybody who is having PTSD or any other kind of mental health issues. But when it comes to gut health, when it comes to when it comes to the connection of your gut health to your mental health, nobody is establishing this connection. There are very 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 few gut health coaches in India who are actually helping physical health along with mental health. So that's when the gap in the market, Indian market, was became visible for me. And that's when I was actually thinking of becoming a certified gut health coach. So that's when I completed my diploma, and that's when I took a lot of guidance from my mentor Akash Rawat sir, to become a gut health coach. And this became my purpose in life. So my mission, uh, my mission became to work on the goal number 3 of sustainable goals of that has been published by World Health Organization. That is the goal number 3, good health and well-being. Okay, this is being one of the top third global goals of sustainable goals, which has published by World Health Organization. So I thought, why not to contribute to this goal by becoming a gut health coach, helping both your gut health, I mean the physical health and the mental health. So in that way, I became a gut health coach, and I was when it comes to addressing depression or loneliness or connecting with people, my interest is visiting orphanages and old age homes. That became my interest. I will tell you one short story also regarding this. So when I was in college, I studied in Deva University in Bangalore. Okay, one of the most prestigious colleges in entire Asia, actually. I had one friend who took me to one orphanage which was just 2 kilometers away from my college. Okay, so it was her birthday and she wanted to celebrate it in an orphanage. She had a lot of problems with her parents. Even I had such a lot of disturbances in the relationships with my parents. So in that way, somehow I saw those orphan kids who had nothing, no parents, nothing, no particular home, nothing. They were just living. There were around 20 to 25 girls, small girls, 6 year old, 7 year old, 8 year old young girls who had no parents, and there were some of them were adopted but still living in orphanage. In that way, somehow I stopped complaining in life. That's when I actually got connected with the people who actually needed some kind of love. That somehow opened the doors of my heart to this world. I had closed all the doors of my heart towards my parents, towards my relatives, towards so many people. I just had some 3 to 4 friends in my college. So in that way, I almost had a closed heart. Thinking very much insecure that people hurt me a lot. Okay, so but somehow with those orphan kids, those orphan kids, I'm so thankful to those orphan kids that they opened the heart of opened the doors of my heart. Even today, I can remember that those beautiful moments. And then that's when I thought of celebrating my birthday and finding a purpose in to be born with those orphan kids, or with the old age homes. Okay, so this is my husband. He took this year. This is the images of this year birthday. These small 3 year old kids, 7 year old kids, 5 years old kids, all orphans and living in an orphanage in a very small area in nearby city. Okay, so it was great celebrating my birthday with these kids. So one thing was connect. I love pets a lot. I love animals a lot, and on the other side, I'm very much connected with the people who are in need of food, of love, of some care and some sort of empathy. Okay, so in this way, I just played a lot with these kids and some abandoned women. Okay, so gifting them some saris and gifting these kids with the doctor set with few cars and jeeps, and we also gifted them some books for practicing and building blocks. So it was great celebrating my birthday with them. I actually felt, I think one of the best birthdays of my life was, I cannot remember any of my birthday because I always used to think, why the hell am I born? So, but when I celebrated my birthday with these orphans, so that's when I actually felt very happy. So all that I want to tell you is the joy of spreading love, whatever, how much ever love you have. Okay, the joy of spreading love, it brings a lot of smiles in both in your life and those people's life, helping them in some or other way, in whatever possible way you can actually make them feel less lonely. We live in a world where everything is moving so fast, in the name of internet, Netflix, this, that, watching movies, watching web series, going to work and getting burnout, having a lot of stress, both in the relationships and in the professional life, and also not able to balance personal life along with the professional life. This brings a lot of loneliness, and we are just somehow cut off from our relationships and just locked up in under four walls, right? So but actually when you just give a pause and just go back and connect with abandoned people, or the people who really really need your help, I think that's when you will realize, you will actually experience the true love. I mean the true love, which is very just unpolluted love, I can say, very 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 pure. Okay, so these are the most happiest days in my life, and yeah, that's my journey. And now, so thank you so much for providing this opportunity for me to, share my life journey. The point is, guys, not you're not alone, you are never alone, you have so many people. But actually when you see the people who don't have anything, and when you compare your life with their life, I think your complaints about life will reduce. You will have, the first thing that will happen is, you'll feel a lot of gratitude from inside, from the bottom of your heart. And I actually have many rituals where, uh, I even pray, before praying, I pray 20% and I say gratitude for 80%. Whenever I do prayers, I wish the things just 20%. That the rest 80% is always having gratitude. There is a custom in India where, I'll just stop sharing my screen. Okay, so there is a ritual in India where, we just, little bit with a wet cloth, we wipe the doors, and I mean we wipe the corners of the doors, and we apply turmeric and kumkum for the doors, right? So in that way, I have found out the purpose behind somewhere in my life that flashed that. You know why can't I say thank you for having such a beautiful home? I actually, even today, every day, that's my ritual. Whenever I just wipe it with a wet cloth, wash it, and apply kumkum and turmeric to it, I always say that thank you so much, that I'm so grateful that I have a home. I have a beautiful home for myself and for my family. There are so many people who don't have their own house. There are so many people who are living in slum areas just because they cannot have they cannot afford a good environment, right? So there are so many people who don't even have a house. If you just walk out on streets, you can see so many people who are just sleeping on roads, sleeping on the footpaths, right? So having gratitude for whatever that you have, that brings a great change in you, you know and for married women also, there is a ritual that you have to apply turmeric and kumkum for your mangal sutra, right? So even whenever I do that, I'm so thankful. I say that in my heart, I just whisper that, I'm so thankful that I have such an understanding and supportive in-laws. There are so many women in India where in-laws are just killing them. They're burning them alive for dowry, for not giving them a male child. There are so many people who torture women a lot. Their, daughter-in-laws a lot. I even thank God for having such a understanding and supportive husband when it comes to a woman's life. 80% of the abuse, whatever they do, either whether it is a psychological abuse or mental abuse or physical abuse or raping her or marital rapes and other things, it is 80% is almost done by the husband only. So when you are grateful for having such an understanding and such a supportive husband, I think that, you will literally stop complaining whenever you feel you even today, there will definitely, if relationships are there will be some problems in the relationships, right? So but once I feel that cracky feeling in my heart that, oh shit, this is not right, oh shit, that is not right, and what he did was what he did was, it was really bizarre thing. But after some time I feel like, it's okay, but he did this bad thing, but this, at least he doesn't do it in extreme. At least he doesn't have this bad habit. In some way, that gratitude will bounce back. I have literally experienced this a lot. So having a gratitude journal, I think it's a great thing to have. And Pinakin sir, so thank you so much for giving this opportunity to, inspire all your community members. Thank you so much. Sir, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, thank you, Satya ma'am. It was a great journey that you have explored. आपकी लाइफ हिस्ट्री बहुत बढ़िया है मैम। आपने पहले डाउनफॉल देखा, बाद में
जी
आपने कोविड के टाइम आपने डाउनफॉल को नेगेट करके अपनी लाइफ को वापस
जी
लाइन लेके आए। बहुत बढ़िया। एंड आई कैन frankly tell you, I can resonate lot of things with your life history. लाइक हमारे में जब एमएनडी का या एएलएस का जब डायग्नोसिस और प्रोग्नोसिस होता है, तभी डॉक्टर साहब बताते हैं और इंटरनेट पे लिखा हुआ है, वो
हाँ
सब
हाँ
देख के और पढ़ के हम पूरा डिप्रेशन में चले जाते हैं।
जी जी
पूरा परिवार भी पूरा डिप्रेशन में चला जाता है। और जो हमारे ग्रुप में ऑलमोस्ट 350 मेंबर्स हैं, तो अगर मैं सबका लाइफ हिस्ट्री देखो, उनके बारे में सुनूं, उनके उनके जो मैं रेगुलरली काउंसलिंग करता हूँ, उनसे बातें करता हूँ, तो ये सब मालूम पड़ता है कि जो डॉक्टर साहब हमें बताएं और ये बीमारी के बारे में लिखा हुआ है, उसके कारण लोग है ना बहुत ज्यादा डिप्रेस्ड हैं, बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस में हैं। और वो आपकी तरह भी मतलब वो ज्यादा बॉडी और माइंड से जुदा हो जाते हैं,
जी
अपने परिवारजनों से जुदा हो जाते हैं।
जी
दे डोंट वांट टू मीट पीपल। ये सेम हमारे में भी रिजेंबल होते हैं, क्योंकि हमारी लाइफ है ना, ये बॉडी के अंदर एक हम जैसे हम जेल में होते हैं, वैसे हमारी लाइफ हो जाती। उसके अलावा हमें जो हमारा जो बॉडी पार्ट्स हैं, अगर हमारे में बलबर होता है तो गले से स्टार्ट होता है, तो गले से अगर बोलना, हमारा कम्युनिकेट करना बंद हो जाता है, तो इट इज बिकम वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट। हम लोगों से कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर पाते और हम अपने फीलिंग्स, इमोशंस, अपने जो जरूरियात हैं, चलो हमें भूख लगी है, पानी पीना है, वो डिफिकल्ट बहुत हो जाता है। वैसे ही हमारे जब हमारे हाथों पैरों में, जैसे मेरा लिम्ब बहुत सेट है, मेरे हमारे हाथों पैरों में तकलीफ बढ़ जाती है, तो हम जैसे खाना नहीं खा सकते हैं, नहा नहीं सकते हैं, तो उसके कारण भी हमारे इमोशनल इम्बैलेंसेस बहुत शुरू हो जाते हैं। तो आपकी लाइफ के हम बहुत ज्यादा रिजेंबल करते हैं। लेकिन आपने जो आपका जो सेटबैक को आपने दूर किया, आपने जो अ, आपने आप व्हेन यू केम बैक इन योर लाइफ, गेन अपने बॉडी और माइंड का आपने गेन किया, आपने पॉजिटिविटी लाई, दैट्स अ रिमार्केबल अचीवमेंट आपने जो लाए। और आप उसके लिए मैं आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हूँ। और आपके हस्बैंड को भी बहुत धन्यवाद बोलना चाहता हूँ, अगर वो मेरी बात सुन रहे हैं तो उनको भी बहुत धन्यवाद कि आप सत्या मैम को इतनी अच्छी तरह रखते हो। इनफैक्ट मैम, आप दोनों, यू बोथ कैन बिकम वन ऑफ ग्रेट इंस्पिरेशन टू एवरीवन।
जी
और मैं आपको, जब मैंने आपका स्टोरी पढ़ा, तभी मुझे लगा कि सत्या मैम का आज मैं इंटरव्यू ले लेता हूँ। कल उठ के क्या पता 5 साल के बाद मैम मेरे पास इंटरव्यू के लिए 5 साल, 5 लाख 10 लाख मांगे, हो चुकी होगी। लेकिन I can envision ma'am, and that you are doing a great job into holistic healing, gut health। और आप जो ये ऑर्फनेज में आप बर्थडे मनाते हो, ऑल दैट यू आर डूइंग इज एक्सट्रीमली कमेंडेबल। आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैम। अभी मैम आई विल स्टॉप द रिकॉर्डिंग एंड आई विल रीस्टार्ट इट अगेन फॉर।
वन सेकेंड। सो जब आप कुछ चीजें आप बता रही थी तो मेरी मन में जो कुछ दो इंसिडेंट्स आए हैं, आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर विथ यू, इफ यू ऑल आर ओके टू लिसन इट। सो आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर टू थिंग्स। ओके, एक इंसिडेंट जब मैं पीजी में थी। ओके, सो एक दिन क्या हुआ था कि जो मेरी कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में जो मेरी लेक्चरर्स पढ़ा रहे थे नीट कोचिंग के लिए, वो एक्चुअली फेब्रवरी मई मंथ में एग्जाम है और फरवरी में उन्होंने कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट को छोड़ दिया। ओके, सो जस्ट इमेजिन, यू नो, एट द एंड ऑफ आवर कोचिंग, यू नो, कोचिंग जो जो जिन्होंने मुझे हमें कोचिंग दिया था उन्होंने ही कोचिंग छोड़ दिया। ओके, सो वी वर कम्प्लीटली डायरेक्टेड, हमें पता ही नहीं था कि हमें क्या करना है। ओके, और तब भी हमारी प्रिपरेटरीज चल रहे थे, जब यू नो दे यूज्ड टू गिव अस प्रिपरेटरी एग्जाम्स, नीट प्रिपरेटरी एग्जाम्स। मतलब थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन पेपर सेटिंग करके, ये करके वो करके दे देते, और मैंने जाकर एक एग्जाम दिया एंड आई स्कोर्ड लेस देन 100 मार्क्स, लिटरली लेस देन 100 मार्क्स, पेंडिंग 1 year you know studying. That's when I realized that all my hard work has gone in wrong direction. पर कहीं ना कहीं मुझे ये भी लग रहा था कि अभी भी 2 महीने बाकी है प्रिपरेशन के लिए, तो क्यों ना मैं घर पे पीजी में ही बैठ के, रूम में ही बैठ के क्यों ना मैं पढ़ाई करूँ। तो तब क्या हुआ था, सो आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग टू डू दैट द होल डे। आई रिमेम्बर फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग 8 o'clock टू इवनिंग, बीच में रुक रुक के मैं बहुत ज्यादा रोई। ऑलमोस्ट लाइक आई कैन रिमेम्बर इवन द टाइम, 4:45 बेड में पड़ी हुई थी, मैं बहुत ज्यादा रो रही थी, मैं अकेली थी। ओके, और मैं पेरेंट्स को मैं कुछ बता नहीं सकती क्योंकि वो, मतलब मेरी मम्मी को चाइल्ड मैरिज हुआ है, मेरी पापा ने 4th स्टैंडर्ड पढ़ी है, उनको कुछ भी पता नहीं, अगर मैं कुछ बोलूँ तो दे विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल। सो आई डोंट नो। और मैं चाचा जी को बताऊँ तो बहुत ज्यादा डर लगता था क्योंकि वो बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रिक्ट थे और वो मेरी एजुकेशन को फंडिंग कर रहे थे और मेरी कंप्लीट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले रहे थे, यू नो। एक लड़की का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना इंडिया में, और इट इज अ वेरी वेरी बिग रिस्क, यू नो। तब क्या हुआ था, सो 4:45 सडनली मैं सो रही थी, बेड पे लेटी हुई थी। ओके, सडनली आई गॉट अप, आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैपेंड टू मी, सडनली आई गॉट अप, और मेरे सामने थोड़ा सा स्टडी टेबल का जैसा थोड़ा सा छोटी सी टेबल था। ओके, मैंने जाकर वहां पे चेयर पे बैठ बैठ गई। ओके, आई जस्ट सैट ऑन द चेयर और मैंने एक बुक निकाल दिया। पता नहीं मुझे क्या हुआ था, तो बुक निकाल दिया और बीच में जो एक पेज होती है उसको मैंने फाड़ दिया। ओके, ऐसे आई जस्ट पुल्ड इट आउट एंड आई ओपनड इट। एक और चीज है कि जब मैं अपनी रूम की विंडो क्लोज करती थी और ओपन करती थी, मैंने देखा था कि विंडो की ऑपोजिट साइड में, मतलब आउटसाइड ऑफ दैट विंडो एक ब्लेड पड़ी हुई थी। ओके, तो आई जस्ट वेंट देयर, मैंने वो उस ब्लेड को निकाल दिया, हाथ बाहर रख के मैंने उस ब्लेड को ऐसे निकाल दिया। आई केम डाउन एंड सैट ऑन द चेयर। तो मैंने क्या किया, आई वाज, पता नहीं मुझे क्या हुआ था, आई जस्ट कट द फिंगर ऑफ, आई कट दिस फिंगर, ब्लेड से ऐसे कट किया एंड आई जस्ट पुल्ड सम ब्लड एंड ब्लड ही नहीं था बॉडी में, खाना ही नहीं खा रही थी तो मैंने ऐसे ऐसे करके कितना जितना भी ब्लड था तो उसको थोड़ा सा निकाल के आई रोट इट विथ माई ब्लड दैट आई विल सक्सीड नो मैटर व्हाट। मैंने 2 पेज की एक शीट में मैंने अपनी खून से लिखा। ठीक है, सो दैट वाज वन मोमेंट आई कैन रिमेम्बर। सो उसके बाद मैंने पता नहीं क्या क्या कर दिया, मैंने स्ट्रैटेजीज लगाया, 2 महीने के लिए प्लानिंग करी, ये करी वो करी, मैंने प्रिपरेशन किया था। उसके बाद बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जब मैं नीट के लिए गई थी, माय स्ट्रेंथ वाज बायोलॉजी, माय वीकनेस वाज फिजिक्स। फिजिक्स एंड केमिस्ट्री जितना मैंने एक्सपेक्ट किया था उतना ही मार्क्स आया था। बायोलॉजी मैंने फाड़ दिया था एग्जाम पेपर में, पर जब रिजल्ट आया तो देखा कि मोर देन 50% नेगेटिव मार्किंग जो होती है वो सिर्फ बायोलॉजी में ही आई। सो दैट फेलियर, मैं श्योर थी कि एटलीस्ट 500 से ज्यादा मार्क्स मुझे आएंगे, कहीं ना कहीं मुझे सीट लग जाएगा, मेरा एमबीबीएस सीट तो डेफिनेटली पक्का है। पर जब मैंने रियलाइज किया कि बायोलॉजी में ही मैं फेल हो गई, जो मेरी बहुत बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ थी, तो दैट दैट ब्रोक मी लाइक एनीथिंग। तो आज अगर और अभी आज मुझे लगता है कि अगर मैंने उस फील्ड में अगर मैं गई थी, तो then I would have become a doctor, and today I wouldn't have been a health coach जहाँ मैं लोगों को हेल्प कर रही हूँ not to get ill, or just help them to get better and better in their health instead of giving pills, so that is one thing I wanted to share. Second thing is, जैसे आपने मेंटल हेल्थ और डिप्रेशन की बात करी, सर मैं माई सिचुएशन वॉज इवन मोर एक्सट्रीमली बैड, क्योंकि जब आप डिप्रेशन में रहते हो और आपकी जो क्लोज रिलेटिव्स है या क्लोज फ्रेंड्स है या क्लोज आपके जो फैमिली मेंबर्स है, एटलीस्ट इवन इफ दे अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू आर गोइंग थ्रू, आई थिंक दैट गिव्स अ आई थिंक दैट गिव्स अ लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ। मतलब आप एटलीस्ट सरवाइव कर पाते हो, है ना। पर मुझे तो डिप्रेशन क्या होती है, मेंटल हेल्थ क्या होती है, हेल्थ तो पता है, ठीक है, बीमार पड़ गए, जाकर डॉक्टर साहब से मिल लिया और थोड़ा सा मेडिसिन ले लिया और ठीक हो गए। पर मेरी पेरेंट्स को मेंटल हेल्थ मतलब दे हैव अ परसेप्शन ऑफ, अगर इस ये पागल हो गए हैं, मतलब मेंटल हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स मतलब ये पागल हो गए हैं, इन सिंपल वर्ड्स। उनके साथ कम्युनिकेट करना और भी ज्यादा मुश्किल था। My depression became extremely hard only because my parents, my family couldn't understand me. Instead, even they misunderstood me. जो भी मैं बोलने के लिए कोशिश करते थे, वो बहुत ही misunderstand करते थे. That gave a more that added more and more baggage on my head. So these are the two things that I wanted to share. But जब आपने ठान लिया कि आप you are going to take care of yourself and nobody is going to care about you, I think that's when you will start recovering. That is when you will start taking care of yourself. जब मेरी लव मैरिज हुई है और जब मैं डिप्रेशन में थी, इवन माय हस्बैंड, आई डिडंट इवन मीट माय हस्बैंड दैट टाइम. Okay, he became my friend first, and then after my recovery he became my friend first, and then we got married. Came into relationship and then got married, and he is also very very supportive and very very understanding. बट मेरी आफ्टर मैरिज, एक्चुअली मैरिज होने के बाद बहुत लड़कियों को बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल हो जाती है, बट फॉर मी आई हैव बीन वेरी वेरी ब्लेस्ड दैट आफ्टर माय मैरिज माय लाइफ हैज बिकम मोर एंड मोर इजी, मोर आई मीन हमेशा रिलैक्स्ड रहती हूँ, ज्यादा प्रेशर नहीं है, ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, बहुत अंडरस्टैंडिंग और बहुत सपोर्टिव फैमिली है. सो थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर प्रॉब्लम्स हो जाती है, दे आर लाइक मस्किटो बाइट्स, थोड़ी देर के लिए इचिंग करते हैं, उसके बाद चले जाते हैं, बट नॉट लिटरली लाइक ब्रेकिंग माई हैंड और ब्रेकिंग माई माइंड. तो सो फैमिली एंड हैविंग लव is extremely important. But when you don't have that love, as I told you, just go and as I shared my love with my with orphanage kids, celebrating my birthday with orphanage kids, that I felt like a blessing. So
बहुत
help, need your help can really really boost your mental health.
बहुत बढ़िया मैम, योर स्टोरीज रिमार्केबल। आपको मैं बता दूं, मैंने टैगलाइन बहुत सही तरह से बनाया था, द ऑर्डिनरी गर्ल विथ एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी ड्रीम। और आपको एक बात और भी बता दूं, आपने जो रिवील किया ये मीटिंग में, यू नीड अ लॉट ऑफ गट्स टू
Gee, I know it, because speaking about mental health, it takes a lot of guts to even just speak about it or little bit share a little about it.
और मैंने आपको जब कांटेक्ट किया तभी मेरा गट फीलिंग था कि आपसे मिलके बहुत बढ़िया लगेगा। धन्यवाद मैम। अभी हम आज का जो टॉपिक है गट हीलिंग के बारे में आगे बढ़ेंगे। डॉक्टर अमित कुमार देव, सॉरी आपको मैंने वेट करते रखा, बट नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट ऑन गट हीलिंग। थैंक यू मैम। आई विल स्टॉप द रिकॉर्डिंग एंड आई विल रीस्टार्ट इट, जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकंड,
जी सर, श्योर.
बिकॉज तो